really difficult to get around. And even if you don't feel anything for the first few days, you are still making a huge step by doing it. Hi, David. So
Hey,
you should keep going on it, because just because you're not feeling anything the first few days doesn't mean that the Parafy is not working. It just means that they're slowly starting to build up, like it takes a little while to kill these mofos, and it is a difficult thing, and you might not get them all at once, and it may be a couple of different times. And that's one of the big reasons why I started looking at frequencies, was because it really takes it to the next level. It really takes that internal cleanse and external, and allowing you to bring in those frequencies not just by ear but by the actual devices that we're talking about tonight. So some of you guys have saw my live on Thursday, and this is David. He's with Coil, and I'm loving it. Where we just kind of started talking about it a little bit. But you're not doing anything wrong. You're doing everything right, and be grateful for these few moments that you're not feeling like complete and utter trash, because you will soon. And that's what these are for, is to help alleviate that horrible die off. So okay, how are you?
good. I'm excited.
Yeah, this is exciting. Okay, so let's talk about, first off, what we have going on the live, and I'll be repeating it numerous times throughout the live because people pop in and out so much in my lives.
Mhm.
Um, so what do we got going on tonight? Tell us about it.
Well, we have a really huge sale on our Chico systems. So actually, it ends today. We started it on Friday, but we're ending it today. So with any Chico system that you purchase through Mrs. Rogers Hood link, you're going to get 3 collections of frequencies included. So the first, it's summertime. Everybody's thinking about looking great. So we have a weight loss frequency collection. So if you go to our site, you can see this Summer Madness sale. So you get 3 frequencies collections. They're not just single frequencies. There's a whole collection of frequencies in each one. So one's total wellness, one's anti-aging and skincare, and one is weight loss. So each of them, usually you can see, is about $77 to $200 per package. But we're throwing all these in for free when you purchase any Chico system. So if you go to Mrs. Rogers Hood's link on her profile, you're going to get linked to here, and you can see we have the Chico systems, the minis, the twins, with the tablets. We have our higher end systems called the Quantanium Chico systems, and we have a limited supply left of our discontinued line, which is the Coil discontinued. We call them the legacy line. So once those are sold out, then that's it. We're not going to sell it at those prices anymore. So those are also right on the front page. All right, so that's what's going on. And then if you use Kim's code Kim15, you get 15% off everything on top of that. So that's a crazy deal. We usually never give discounts and free stuff at the same time. So you guys are really in for a treat for following and watching Mrs. Rogers Hood's live. And because you're here, you get to get this awesome deal. And it ends today.
So it is, everyone's asking, so how do they work? I'm going to tell you that how I understand that they work. So correct me if I am wrong. So
Okay.
they're going to take the sound frequencies. You can listen to it, and I'll grab my iPad, but you can listen to them. You can listen to it, and the vibrations go through the coils themselves.
Yeah.
And then
Mm-hmm.
I set them on like my knee, and then the vibrations get to the molecular level of the cell, and they help calm and heal the cell. So in our cases, we want to work on getting rid of the parasites. So they take the frequency in which the parasites frequent at, and then it combusts it, like
Mm-hmm.
makes them blow up at the
Yeah.
same time that you're either listening or you're using these.
Okay. So a lot of people ask how rife frequencies work, right? I mean, the R frequencies. So, So how our frequencies work is basically is using resonance or sound waves to either break or reinforce a particular structure. So you've seen the people on YouTube or something, they sing into a glass and they can get to a pitch with their voice that the glass shatters. So that's called resonant frequency. That glass has a resonant frequency, and once your voice hits that note, it will vibrate that glass so violently that it's going to break. So our frequencies uses that same principle to on a microscopic cellular level. So when we can find the frequency of a parasite, we can make it vibrate or make the cell, the wall of that bad cell or the wall of that parasite shatter so violently that it's going to implode or explode. Okay, so that's how we get rid of the parasites. And then we have probably 100 different frequencies for all sorts of different parasite situations. Now, when you use frequencies to shatter something, as I said, it can also reinforce something. So you can actually use frequencies to reinforce good cells or reinforce good chemicals or good things that you want to reinforce in your body that are healthy for you. So people think that our frequencies are only for killing cells or killing bad cells, but there also are frequencies that help you to reinforce good cells as well. And there's different ways that they're programmed. So for example, let's say that a parasite has a squiggly tail, and we know that it's like 4 microns long. We know the length of it. So what we can do is we can send a frequency that resonates with that length, because with the length, you can create a frequency. Any kind of distance, you can create a frequency, okay? And we target the tail of that parasite or something. And then we vibrate that tail and so violently that we break the tail. So now we didn't really kill the parasite, but it can't move. So it can't do anything. Eventually it gets starved and it dies off. So there's many of these different techniques that are applied to frequencies. Now, I didn't come up with these frequencies, but what we did is we curated over 10,000 of these that scientists ever since Royal have experimented with and have successfully proven. So thank you so much for their contribution. But what we've done is we put it into our app called the R app, right? And you get access to that in the when you download it and when you get your chi coils. So that's one kind of frequency. Now you're probably wondering, well, what are all these weight loss frequencies, right? How can you do weight loss with frequencies? Well, this is a different technique than our frequencies, okay? Because there's more than one way of affecting the body. Our frequency is just one way. There's other ways, and we have lots. We basically have all of them. So how these work is if you go to weight loss, for example, you can see there's Garcinia, Cambodia, there's green tea extract, there's appetite suppressants, there's spirulina. So all those things are very powerful and very good for detox and for controlling your diet and weight management. So what we've done is we actually have a technique that replicates the resonance of substances. So your cells, it communicate chemically, but when they communicate chemically, they also emit a electromagnetic signature. So that means that the cells actually communicate with your body electromagnetically, not just chemically. Because you think about it, let's say your body is a swimming pool, you got ping pong balls in this swimming pool. Let's say you chemically, in chemistry, basically ping pong balls have to collide with each other and then mingle with each other and cause a chemical reaction, right? That's what happens in chemistry. But what if you start at one end of the ping pong pool? How long does it take for all those ping pongs to keep colliding with each other until it reaches the end of the pool? It takes quite a long time, right? So, but how come when we take a medicine, we can feel it instantly? Doesn't the chemical reaction happen a lot slower? So what's happening is that our cells communicate electromagnetically, not just through chemical reactions. Because if it's electromagnetic, it happens instantly because your whole body, because it travels at the speed of light. electromagnetic fields travel at the speed of light. So once you turn it on, once you get that first chemical reaction, it creates a electromagnetic pulse already that sends a signal to all the cells in your body at the same time. So a lot of people are realizing that our bodies and our cells communicate not just with chemical reactions, it actually communicates with electromagnetic signals. Okay, that's why Wi-Fi is screwing our minds and screwing our bodies and causing cancer, because we're constantly in Wi-Fi all the time, or it's 5G all the time, because our cell phones are connected to 5G all the time. So 24 hours a day, your cells are getting 5G, 5 million beats per second, going no, 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 on your cells every moment of the day. And your cells like, what's going on? What's the hell? This is not natural. What is this? And then they're starting to shut down. And when they shut down and they close off, then they start to die and they start to create disease or become diseased, or start to develop cancers and tumors. Okay. So what we do with electromagnetic frequencies is, first, with these supplements and substances, we actually emulate Garcinia cambogia, because we can find out what the chemical composition of that is, and then find out the geometries and find out the resonance of that substance, create the signal. Basically, it's a hack. We found the code of that substance, and we send that code directly to your cells. So you don't even need to be taking any of the supplements. Your cells would get that message and start reacting the way as if it was taking that supplement itself. Okay, so that's the theory behind these, and we're having a lot of successful results with it.
You guys have like colloidal silver and ivor, which we're not allowed to say the whole word, which you guys know, because they took the way that compound is and puts it directly in to your cells. So even though they're weakening it, in my case, I noticed a huge difference when I was doing it, my parasite cleanse with Parafy and these. I noticed I actually passed a liver fluke, which freaked me out because I'm like, how do I have a liver fluke still? I've done all these cleanses, but it's because they lay dormant. So when you're using these, it like does exactly what you're saying, and they don't like it. So it's really like disrupting them. It's disrupting them to the point where they don't want to live in your body anymore. And I don't think that we all realize that we are made of all of these frequencies already. So I think that bringing it in and having it be an assistant is so much better than just consistently cleansing. And I know that doesn't always resonate well with like me having a business of my own, but I don't want you to have to take something every single day. So having another option is really where I feel like we're all at this point. For those of you that have cleansed with me for so long, you know, we do have to look at the next level and see exactly what's going to happen. How did you learn all of this stuff? Like, how did you learn it all?
How did I learn it all? I basically taught myself. I mean, just experimentation and research, and learning from other scientists who are developing things like these, and just a lot of work and just a lot of research.
What did you use to help with your, well, you had UC and a lot of you guys have UC. So what did you tell us about your UC?
Right. Okay. So I had UC for 10 years. And then in the beginning, I didn't do much about it. I thought it was going to go away. It never went away. It got worse. Sometimes it got a little bit better when I was on an island, where it's nice and natural environment. But then when I get back to the city, and then it was really bad. And so bad that I couldn't really go out of the house. And I was so tired all the time because I'm bleeding all the time. So I had brain fog, couldn't focus. My life was completely ruined. I was irritable. I had low energy. So, I mean, if you have UC or IBS or anything like that, you probably know exactly. Good thing I didn't have to wear a bag. It wasn't that bad. Some people have to do that. They would wear a bag because the bleeding never stops. So what I was doing is I was figuring out, I was trying all sorts of different kind of medication, and I didn't want to get surgery because like you're cutting off your colon, you can't grow it back. Once it's gone, right? So, and then I tried different kinds of naturopathic things, which didn't really help. I've taken all these herbs and stuff like that. It helped the symptoms about 20, 30%. and they cost $500 a month, sometimes $1,000 a month. And that's pretty crazy. So I said, I guess I'll just have to live with this. I have to use suppositories every day. It was a pain in the ass, literally. and then what happened was I was experimenting with technologies like these, and I made basically a very rudimentary coil, and I experimented with some frequencies. And first, it was just for meditation. I was just wanting to deepen my meditation and pursue my spiritual life, and just go in that direction. And then I found these R frequencies, and I said, there's stuff here for intestines and for digestion. Then maybe I'll give it a shot. So I tried like 3 or 4 of them, and yeah, this is okay. It's kind of interesting. Then I turned one called intestinal inflammation, and then I turned that one on, and it's like, whoa, something is happening on my colon. What is this?
That's so
And
cool.
it's like a squeezing, like I don't know exactly. It's like it felt like tension, but it was not like bad tension. It was like something, I don't know, it's like working out or something. It was like squeezing it or something, just with frequencies. And I said, I'm gonna keep using this. So and then after a day or two, my symptoms went down. There was less bleeding. So I said, holy cow, holy shit, this is awesome. So I just kept using it. And long story short, in 90 days, I was completely healed from UC. And that was something I had for 10 years. So my life completely went from night to day. And I was able to do a whole lot of things, obviously, like eventually build this company. We're a global company. We have a huge valuation. We got tons of products. We got, if you can see on our store, we got 800 different quantum frequencies. We have 10,000 right frequencies. We have 2 apps. We have devices, large coils, small coils, red light therapy. We have all sorts of stuff. We have courses to train you how to do this. We have basically everything that you need in order to transform yourself. So the goal or the model of my company called Chi Life is transform yourself 1% a day. That's the goal. Transform yourself 1% a day. You see my Chinese thing here is always improving yourself. So that's my model. I want to help people always to improve themselves. Even if you're already healthy, this technology can take you to the next level, like to make you superhuman, because it can help not only to transform your body, it can help to transform your mind. And you're thinking, well, how can you transform your mind? I thought it only works on cells. I thought it only works on parasites or tumors. Well, what else communicates with electromagnetic signals other than cells? Well, your brain. Your brain has electromagnetic waves, right? If you learn about brain waves, there's alpha, beta, theta, delta, gamma brainwaves, and they all have a different purpose. So what the coils can do is tune your mind to certain brain waves that help for sleep, that help for focus, that help for creativity, and it goes really quite bizarre. It helps with even spiritual experiences, or it helps with opening up your intuition and your imagination, which is linked to spiritual experiences. And it opens up lots of different things. So we have customers that are completely different people after they use like our coils for maybe 3 months or so. They're completely different. Like their wives don't even recognize them. They're like, whoa, what did you do to my husband? Right? And
Jeremy's better. Jeremy's better. He is. He is very skeptical, and a lot of my followers know he's very skeptical. And he sat down and he played with the app, which yours has an awesome app. And he went over to Z app. He did both. And he sat for about 3 hours. And while he was playing with them, he had them on his knees because he's been in some pain. And he isn't at 100%, but he's out there working, which that's insane for him, because normally he'll do like a day of work and then he'll take a day off and then he'll do another day of work, and he took like a half a day yesterday. So I think the transformation is pretty awesome, just to see how it can relax that pain. I've been using it for anxiety, which I have really bad anxiety. And I've noticed that I've been able to do a little bit more throughout my day where maybe I might have had an anxiety attack and I haven't had the attack. You know, it's not like a cure all, but it definitely takes it to a point where you're not right at that bottom level. And when you're fighting off of all of our chronic illnesses like we have, any little extra helps a ton. You know, because you were chronically ill for 10 years.
Yeah.
The code for the code for tonight is Kim 15. Kim 15 is my code.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get what we're talking about in the profile, and they do help RA. So if you guys go and you can look at Z app on your phone. That is an easy app to go and download. It's free. Then there's the Coil app that you can load, and it'll show you everything. I'm waiting for my iPad to finish charging, and it has codes on it, frequencies on it already, and that's what's awesome about doing Coil, and then you use Z app.
Yeah, so there's two apps. There's the well, you use the app, but we have our version of it. It's called the Art app, right?
And that one you can get on all. You can't get that on iPhones. That's the problem.
Yeah. We may actually have a website to do this soon.
Oh, that'll be nice.
So you don't need any. You can just use it on your desktop, and you can just log in. That's coming soon. But if you have well, if you get this console, this tablet that comes with some of our systems, starting at $12.99, you get this included with the Chico Minis, and you get the right console as you see here, and you'll get all these programs. So you see from A to Z, there's 10,000 frequencies here. You just type in, let's say, parasites, parasites, and then you can see there's a whole list of them on there. You probably tried some of them already. So that's all in there. So that would be included with those coils that have the tablets included. So that's one app. And then there's also the Chi Coil app, which has what we call quantum frequencies, which are not our frequencies, but they're using those principles that I just explained a little bit earlier. So so that's how it goes with our systems. And then we also have something called a power kit. So if you want to, so let's say that you want to really boost the power from your coils, especially the larger ones, you can get something called the resonant power system, and it ups the amplitude 11 times. So it's 11 times stronger than the smaller ones. So these are mobile, these are portable, so it's easy for you to put in your pocket or purse. But if you're just using them at home and you want really, really strong field, then you can get these ones. And then these are you can get for like a couple $100 up to $500 extra. But you know, if you're using it for a long time, that's a really good upgrade that you would I would recommend.
So that's a good question, Alex. Yes, you can herx when you're doing cheek coils. You can herx when you're using frequencies. We've seen it with even just the sound frequencies. So then when you're using sound frequencies and then you're taking it to a device, you definitely can have that. So we highly recommend always using internal binders. Whenever you're doing any sort of detoxing, you're going to follow in lots of water. You're going to follow it as if it is herb or a medicine. And my recommendation when you do get these, I recommend doing the internal kit. It's just going to help your process. Again, I've been cleansing for almost a year. Like at some point, you know, I'm afraid to stop, but like at the same time, I do stop and I can continue to safely use these. That is really what, yes, it helps with candida. There's 10,000 frequencies. There's candida, mold, heavy metals,
yeah.
parasites.
Somebody asked about Lyme.
Lyme,
We have
RA.
Lyme. Yeah.
You have a specific
we
one
have lots
for
of
Lyme.
Lyme disease. This is actually one of the main uses for our machines is for Lyme disease because there's basically no cure for it, right? And this is one of the things that probably would help the most. Where can I buy the coils? You go to MrsRogersHood. Should be a link on her profile. If you go to her TikTok, account, click the profile, and then you can see the link for Chi Coils. Click there, and then use the code Kim15, and you can get 15% off everything, including the bonuses. So when you order the Chi Coils, you won't see the bonuses like the 3 frequency packages. You won't see them added into the cart, but we will send them to you after you order. Okay, so
And I
we'll
have
send them
to
to
say,
you.
his customer service is top notch. So anything that you have to, if it doesn't get put in there, he'll send them to you.
Yeah, because right now we're using a new website, so so there's sometimes some files don't get sent, whatever. But don't worry, we'll send that to you. So what you'll actually get the MP3 files, so you can play it anywhere you want. You can put it even on an MP3 player if you want. You can just listen to them, and also we'll unlock it on your app because you're gonna log in the app with an email, and then we know which emails attached to your account. So all we do is just unlock it for you, and then you log in the app, and then those frequencies will be available for you. So you can use them in 2 different ways. And oh yeah, you had a question about, okay, can you use what's the difference between the sound therapy and the magnetic therapy? So we get that question asked a lot. So the sound therapy works in 2 ways. So what it does is it affects your mind, and affects your brain waves, and it can really help with any kind of emotional issue or any kind of mental issue, anything to do with the brain. And the brain basically controls everything, right? So if we have something for remove negative energy, let's say you're stressed out, or you're feeling anxious, or you can't sleep, or you have even depression, those really help. And when you listen to them, it's as if you are kind of like slowly tuning your brain back to normal and back to good. So that's how the frequency works. And the second way the frequencies work sound-wise, as it bounces off your skin. And when the skin, it vibrates your skin, and so your skin kind of absorbs the frequency itself. And sometimes you may start feeling hot because of that, because it's resonating the nerves on that skin level. So that's the sound frequencies. Now, when you plug it into Chi Coils, any Chi Coils with our systems, those sounds now are transformed into magnetic waves. So magnetic waves have no sound, but you can see them working. You can see them vibrating and moving a magnet. Okay, so you'll hear. I mean, you won't hear anything, but you will see them moving. Do you have that little ball there?
I do. I can get it while you're talking. I'll grab it.
Okay. So if you hold a little magnet ball to the coils, you will see them moving and vibrating, which shows you that there's actually energy coming out from the coils. So what's happening is you have 2 different kinds of therapies. One is the sound therapy, and one is the magnetic therapy. And then the cool thing is you can actually combine and use both of them at the same time. And we design our system so that you can get both at the same time. How we do that is as simple as just using a splitter, and this comes with the system. So let's say this is the wireless version. So you connect with Bluetooth to the tablet. So tablet to this with Bluetooth, or your phone to this with Bluetooth, and then you just connect this. One end goes to the coil, right? One end goes to the coil. Right? One end goes to the coil, and then the other end you can use headphones. The other end you can use headphones. So you have this hooked up, it will be like this. Pretty simple, okay? So you got this. You got one cylindrical coil. You put it on your desk. You don't even have to hold it. You can just put it in front of you. So I just have this here, standing here, and I just leave it on my desk. I can listen to the frequencies, and now I'm getting both kinds of energy at the same time. So both the sound and the magnetic waves. Where can you buy the coils? Go to MrsRogersHood's TikTok profile and click on the Chi Coil link on her profile link there. Okay.
I'm working.
And then for today only, today's last day, you get those free frequencies, and you get the 15% extra off with the code Kim15.
And if I can do this, you guys, you can do it. And I'm also thinking of doing some Zooms because quite a few of us have started doing frequencies more. So I thought that would be kind of fun to start doing Zooms again. But if I can do this, anyone can do it. Literally, it's so easy. You just plug it in and go. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's super easy. Okay. I think I hit it correctly this time.
Okay, so what she's doing now is with every set, it comes with two kinds of magnets. There's one called a testing magnet, and that's just a little magnet ball inside of a plastic jar. And the other one's a cylinder magnet. And what that is kind of like this. So it's kind of like a cylinder magnet. And this one you hold, and you can feel it vibrating in some frequencies, especially with the large the power systems. You really feel this vibrating. It's like moving in your hand like this. So what that helps is you can actually now feel it vibrating in your hands. What's the difference between this and the Healy? The Healy uses microcurrent, so you have to put patches on, or you have to put wrist straps on, and you got these wires connected to their little box, right? But microcurrent doesn't have an electromagnetic field, so you also have to have these patches on your neck or wherever, and those patches they don't have that much of a power. They don't have enough power to affect all the cells of your body at once. So these ones, our Chicos have a huge magnetic field. Like this one, the Max, if you use the big power system, can cover an entire living room. That's how big the field is. So everybody in the living room could experience the energy. And these are one of the most powerful coils you can get anywhere. For the price, right? I mean, there's amp coil, if you heard of that, and they have something like this. It's not even as strong as this. It is bigger, but not as strong because their coiling and the wiring is not as dense as what we do. And they charge $10,000 for one coil. Okay, and then with our system, this is our flagship system called the Chico Max. You get two of these, so you see the two up here. So you get two of them like that, and each of them can cover probably 100 square foot each. And they also have 6 crystals inside. They have crystals inside for added resonance. Let me show you. So you guys know crystals have resonance, right? So this is a crystal quartz pyramid. And a lot of energy healers use them. And actually it's used in your cell phones. That's how radios work, and that's how cell phones work, because they use crystals. That's how microchips work. They use crystals because they communicate, they store programs, and they send signals. So what we've done is we have these smaller crystals. We call them quantanium crystals. These are quartz, and we put them inside the coils. And there's 6 of them that go into the Max, and then we wind 2 layers of gold wiring on top of them. So that's the flagship one. You get 6 of these in each one, so 12 crystals in the system. And then with the one that Kim has, it has 3 crystals in each coil, so total 6 in her system. Did you get it working?
Yes, I did. I got it to work, and then you were talking, so I was like playing around with other stuff. Okay, so this is what it does. What did I just have it on? I feel very put on the spot now, and it's like not gonna work.
Did you?
What's the best frequency to put it on?
Just the test. Oh, there you go.
So that is what it's doing inside your guys' body with the different frequencies.
Maybe the connection is a little loose, or maybe the frequency has to be on repeat. There you go. Yeah, so
that's what it's doing in our bodies. when you're placing it. And I have them. I have two of them, so you can explain the difference between this one and that one, yin and yang. But that's when you're hearing it, you're just getting it in one part of your body. When you're hearing it and you're doing this, or you're just doing this, it's a whole nother field of frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Exactly. So
this isn't the Healy. The Healy is a microcurrent, like a tens unit, and it's awesome, but this is what we want are trying to get into our system. And the difference between these and like a Medibed are these are portable. You can literally put these anywhere. The ones that are not the legacy one, but the other one, that one is wireless. So the actual device that hooks up is wireless. This one is wired, so it's hooked to my stuff. And then that one is the one that's on there now, and that one then is wireless. So that you can listen, correct? You can listen as well with the wireless.
yes, you could.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to.
Somebody asked, is this the same as the singing bowl since both vibration and sound? It goes a step beyond singing bowls. Singing bowls are great. You really resonate a certain note, but the downside of the singing bowl is that you only have one note, and it's not electromagnetic. So what these are electromagnetic, as you just saw, Kim. You can see the magnet shaking violently because it's creating an energy field. It's making energy and it's broadcasting the energy around the coil, and that magnet shaking, showing that energy uh, moving around the coil. So when your body is next to it, it's as if it was like on a wireless charger. You know how your phone is charged wirelessly? You put it on a wireless charger surface and it gets charged. There's no wires, right? It's using a technology called induction. So how it works is that wireless charger uses an energy field to charge the phone. So this is like the wireless charger, but instead of your phone, it's for your body. So you just need to be close to it, and it charges your body and your cells with a energy field. So a singing bowl won't do that. Singing bowl is just a vibration, which is great, but this is a actual magnetic energy field that your body is getting charged with. Is it matching with earth resonance? It does match with earth resonance and 10,000 different resonances, right? Because let's say you have a singing bowl, you got 432. Well, that's non-resonance, 432 hertz, right? Well, with our tablet, you get 20,000 different resonance that you can do because you can go from 0 hertz to 20,000 hertz. And then we can go into the decimals. So that's 200,000 different resonances that is possible with this tablet. 200,000 instead of just one. So does it do earth resonance? Yes. Well, you just have to type in 7.83. Actually, we have it as one of the quantum frequencies. But you can do any resonance you want. That's the power of this system. Okay.
Sorry, I'm answering questions and listening. Which model should we purchase? So the mobile PMF therapy one is wireless. The legacy is wired. That's the difference between the two. The legacy, they both have two coils. So if you're gonna get one, and I have the wired one right now, but I've got the box on the way. So that will make it so that I don't have to always be attached. Because right now I'm super attached to all of my electronics. They're all wired. So that'll allow me to be like maybe standing with Jeremy and kind of giving him some frequency because there is a radius. So if we're sitting right next to each other and he's got it on, it's helping me as well. So it's not just for one person, it can be used in between you to give you the radius of the frequencies. But the difference between the two is you get two of the coils where other companies sell is just one for their cost. And that's a big thing because we're all on budgets. And so if you can have two of them to be able to get the option, it's much better. And the wireless one is a lot easier in my opinion to work with. I get frustrated with wires. So, when you get a lot of wires going on, you're trying to charge something. The app itself is pretty awesome. Just being able to have that. And it does come with a starter frequency, and then you can upgrade and get different ones. Again, you can get Ivor, you get one for the M, because they've got one under in that M1 Morge, which we're not allowed to talk about it. That one is under the skin tab, because technically it looks like a skin issue, and us parasite people, we know it's not, but that is what it's under. And, I started working on the skin, and you guys know I've got something going on with my face. And I've been doing the skin one, and I did the parasite one. When I did the parasite one, this really popped up. So I just know that I probably got something going on, because they're like onions. You start to peel one and they all pop out. So I know a lot of us have talked about what kind of maintenance we can do with this. This is a maintenance. Like, this is what you can do in between your main cleanses, and do it while you're cleansing so that you can get more of them.
Mm-hmm. I just want to show the website, and so if you go to Kim Rogers Hood, Mrs. Rogers Hood, go to her TikTok profile, click on her profile link, and then click on Chi Coil. You're gonna go to this website. It's called Chi Energy Tech, and then on the front page you see this is the Chi Coil Max. That's just animation of it. But here's the main systems here. So we have the what we call the Chi Coil Mini system, which has 2 coils, and the gold is the wireless power kit. This is the Bluetooth one. Then you upgrade it. The next step is the one with the tablet. So sometimes you don't want to use up your phone sound. Maybe you're watching a video or something, or you're listening to some other music, but you still want to use a coil. So the tablet's really good for that. And so you have one dedicated device, which is actually the tablet I'm holding now. That's what you're going to get. Okay. Then the next step up is up to our more of a premium line. And these are the Quantinium ones I just explained. So we have the Quantinium 3S, and this is the Max. Okay, so they are more, but then you actually get more frequencies go with them. And those are the ones that we showed you here today. Now we have in limited supply something called the Legacy systems, if you keep scrolling. And these are just our older models that have the black power kits, which are wired and not Bluetooth. And we also have the 2S, and we also have the 14-inch coil. So these are being discontinued. We have limited supply. Once they sell out, then they won't be back at those prices again. Okay. So we have a little bit over 100 right now of these only, and we expect them to go very fast. So, and with today only, you also get those free frequencies, the three packages, the weight loss, the skin care, and the total wellness. Really powerful frequencies. I use it for myself. I use it for my dog. And it's a power pack. It's like the practitioner, like any energy healing practitioner, has got to use the total wellness package. Actually, I'm going to talk about that in a second. So these are the legacy. These are being discontinued. So you can get them while their supplies last. But if you want to go ahead and get the newer models with the better technology, then these are the ones here. Okay.
And you can use them on your pets. So you can use them on your pets.
Mm-hmm.
That's what.
So check it out. This is total wellness. This one is something that I curated, and in it, there's actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 really, really powerful frequencies. The first one is called all-purpose energy healing. So the name says it all. Like if you have anything that you need help with, you just play that. Like you don't know what's wrong with your dog. He's looking tired. He's looking sick. Something's wrong with them. Just play that. It's all-purpose healing. And I use it all the time with my pets, because you don't know what's wrong with them sometimes. Or you don't know what's wrong with yourself. Well, just use that. So it has all-purpose healing, all-purpose regeneration, get well soon, feel better. So this is all for people who are, not feeling the best. Boost circulation, immune boost, DNA activation, DNA repair, fall asleep fast. I use this every night. Okay. And then fatigue and exhaustion formula. So this is, it's a power bundle of frequencies for every kind of, thing that can possibly happen in a general sense. So it's great for pets, it's great for humans, and that is all included in this package, in the total wellness package. So that's one, and it usually sells it just that package for $197. So you're going to get that for free. Okay, and then anti-aging, and then weight loss. These separately are $77 each, so that's $144 extra frequencies. So for skin anti-aging, here we have support skin health. We have skin restore and rejuvenate, skin rejuvenation, blue glass sunbathing, healthy gallbladder. So all these are for skincare and for younger looking skin. So normally that package sells for $77, but you're gonna get for free, today's only. And as I also mentioned earlier, weight loss. So weight loss comes with the frequencies Garcinia cambogia, green tea extract, appetite suppressant, spirulina. Okay, so those 4 frequencies are included in this package that normally sells for $77. So you get total about $344 worth of frequencies you get for free, included, and you get 15% off. So basically, the lowest, the cheapest coil we have, you're basically getting coil for free. So it's for the same price.
And the thing that they're asking so much about is, I said that you can't load the Rife app. I'm just going to say it. You can't load it on the iPhone. They don't talk. For some reason you can't. But Z app is that app, and Chi Coil can load on everything. Yeah. So it's one specific free app, and even the R app is not free. If you were to load it right now, you'd have to do a subscription, which a lot of us on the Z app. This is the app comes with when you buy this. The app with your frequencies, and then you just load the Z app or the Rife app.
Yeah.
I just hate that we can't say the R word. It's ridiculous that I say it and my numbers go down. Like, it is what it is.
I'll just write on a piece of paper and we'll show the paper. Show the paper.
If you go, okay, so if you go, this is what it looks like. So this is the Z app, and these are frequencies, and all of these frequencies will help epilepsy. So that's what someone asked me about that. So all of these frequencies, you hit play, and then it just goes through the sequences, the program of the frequencies. That's the R. Yeah. So they're the same. The Z app is free, and it's on iPhone and Android. The R app is only on Android. You cannot load it on an iPhone. And Chi Coil is across all of them because that's his app. That's David's app. And then you get specific frequencies when you purchase.
This app is my app too, by the way. It's my app too.
That is?
Yeah. It's also my app. Who told you?
So they're all your app.
This is my app.
Well, Matthew can't say his own last name. He's censored.
No, don't get confused. I made this. He didn't do that. He's making the thing. He made it? No, I programmed this.
Yeah, he did not.
He did not.
I know. It's a shit show, man. Like, I am dying because I have so many things I want to say, but I can't say them. So, yeah.
Even for another time.
Yeah, that's another time. That's like a more private. Anyway, so you have all of these options, and you can listen to them too. So if we pull this out and we hit this frequency, you can listen to them as well as do them. So this is what one of the frequencies sounds like through Z. And so you take that noise, because it sounds like noise. You take that noise, and that noise makes this frequent. And when you put it on, then it gets, so if that kind of explains it a little bit better to you guys as well. Oh, I'm dead. Like, my mind is so dead after the whole shit show. Okay. Yeah, you can
Okay.
download the app on iTunes. You can download his app right now, Coil. You can download that, and you can download Z app, so you can kind of see exactly what we're talking about while we're talking about it. You can download both of those. You don't have to pay for it right away, you know, like you don't have to have it. It'll just give you an idea of what you're looking at. And each frequency has its own, each one of them has its own thing. So, yep. And it's such a great app. It really is. It has so many cool things. We really do need a Zoom. We do. You were able to download the R app. You were on iTunes. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I know. Tan knows what's going on. So she's over there dying. What's the name of the app? So the app is Z dash or R Z dash app or chicoilapp.com is another app. I mean, most of you guys
so it's easiest just to go here. All the both apps are there. All the links are there. Yeah, just go to that link. Yeah.
I can't see. You can't tap. Are you on an iPhone, Rebecca? Are you on an iPhone?
Our app is only on Android.
Android.
It used to be on iOS, but it was removed because they banned us.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's when you know you got something good.
Yeah. So that's Android only, but chicoilapp.com, that's both iOS and Android. Okay.
That's how you go in and kind of see everything we're talking about. Yes, Janie, we're gonna do a Zoom. Janie got Healy and the yes. And the chi coil. Yeah. So I know they just don't want us to have frequencies. Like I got into frequencies because I was healing from my stroke last year and I was using YouTube. Like this is a whole nother level, you guys. It's a whole nother level of healing. It really takes what you thought it was with just listening and it just takes it to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Coil was a fake machine. It's real. Yes, it's totally real. It's totally a real thing. I mean, I think that until you get
it's from the future.
It is. You know, it's kind of cool because like some of the stuff we can't talk about, like DM and then the T, how that like opens up your mind and helps you expand. And ayahuasca, I don't know why they let you say that, but they don't let you say the other one. You know, those things are hard to come by when you're just doing natural things, and they can help you take your mental health to another level. Like we all know that I do mushrooms. We all know I do mushrooms. And I wouldn't be here if I hadn't done mushrooms because they helped me understand my trauma. They helped me understand my purpose. You know, those are the things that like, if you take that and match that frequency that you're able to do with these type of machines.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Erica's trying to buy one right now and our credit card won't go through. So she's like, it's declining, and it's not declining because it's like thinking that it's fraud and it's not. So I think she's going through the process of grabbing one right now. We're excited. Rogers Hood is going to be all chi coiled up, man.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I see Jody Johnson bought in. Jody Johnson.
Good job,
congratulations.
That's awesome. Janie's on here. She got him the other night when we were chatting about the frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we do, the world changes. And that's the thing, is it's scary. People don't want our world to change. People don't want us to get better. And that's unfortunate because we're all really struggling to just make these vessels of ours do what they're supposed to do. We're not supposed to be sick. We're not meant to feel like shit every day. Like that is not what these human bodies are meant to be. They're meant to be happy and healthy and live extremely good lives, not feeling bad about how we don't feel good every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like they kind of want to make sickness and anxiety the norm.
Yeah
They keep feeding us
keep feeding us trash.
I know, food, like mind food, and also like that's crap. it's like they want to keep us slaves,
They do. They want
slaves to the medical system, and slaves to the slaves of the mind. You want us to think and feel whatever they want us to think and feel.
I feel like, so in my it's in my profile. If you guys just go to my profile, you'll see it in my link tree. That everything I always talk about is on in my profile, but this is under Coil. And then the code is Kim15 to get 15% off. Sorry, Janie. I know we didn't know we were going to do that. I feel like when you start to understand your body better, these work so well. So I was sitting there today and I was doing the lucky boost one, you know, to help with luck. I like to do the abundance type of thing. I do the tapping, and now I'm starting to do this with my EFT. And I feel like when you get your body so healthy, you can actually see the vibration. Like I was sitting there before we started talking, I could see some of the vibration in my system. I haven't felt uncomfortable since doing it, so it's not like I've overdosed on frequencies, which you can overdose on too much frequency. Just like anything, too much is not good for you. But I feel like your body understands it better when you start to really cleanse everything out. Thanks
What's
to
the
you
best
knowing
seller?
who's been.
What's the best seller? The best seller is the Coil 3 system for the premium system, and then the other one will be the Coil Twins. So those are the best sellers. The Coil Minis, the twin system, and also the Coil 3. Yeah, so the two in the middle. So we have four. It's kind of like we have four prices. The two in the middle are the best sellers.
What is a good guy cleanser? What I like to cleanse out your parasites. Parify, which is my kit. Gut cleanser. Yeah. So Parify, and then if you do the intestine, if you do the gut cleanse, Parify, and you get rid of the parasites, you can also assist with this. You can also use this for die-offs. You know, a lot of people will stop doing the cleanse because the die-offs, and Rebecca knows because she's in the middle of die-offs right now, how bad it is. You can click over on your machine, on the app, or through Coil's app or through Z app, and you can do pain, you can do inflammation. That's the thing, is there's so many options that you can choose from. It's literally not just one option. There's so many, so it allows you to be able to make it through the cleanse itself. You guys know Baddie's doing frequencies with the Parify kit as well, and she has been able to stay on the parasite cleanse for longer than she was before because her die-offs aren't as bad because she's using frequencies to calm it down. You can also use these with your plants. You can use that. Tell us about the water in a minute, David. You can use it to energize your water. Use the parasite frequencies for your water, not the worms. If there's floaters in there, it's not going to filter those floaters, but it's going to get rid of those pathogens. What do you do with your water? Tell us about your water.
Okay, so that's a good question. Do you use the twins at the same time? Yeah, you would use them at the same time. Just if you have the Coil twins, or even these ones, you use them at the same time, or you can use them one at a time. I actually didn't answer this question yet about the difference between the yin and the yang. So they're actually wounded differently because this one will be the yin, the yang, and then the other one will be the yin. So they actually feel different. The yin will be more expansive and open and relaxing, and then the yang will be more focusing, concentrating, and like condensing. So depending on what you want to do, you can add another kind of variable into it. So if you, by using the same frequency, so even if you play, let's say, the energizing frequency, you'll get two kinds of energies depending on which coil you use. Now you can also use them together, and when you use them together, they balance out, and it creates this like a really calming, centering energy field. Okay, so you can experiment with the different ones. With the twins, though, with the minis, they're all yins. Both of them are yin. So we don't have that until you go into the Coil 3S level. Okay, So, but with the reason we have two yins is because now you can hold them with both hands. You can enlarge the field, or you can use one and give it to someone else, or you can use one on a different part of the body. And about the water, so when water is like a crystal, so it can also be programmed, and oops, and what happens is you can actually program water. Uh, Metaphysically or scientifically speaking, like it's called water restructuring. So you can actually energize water to the point where the way that the molecules are interacting with each other is different than when without energizing it. It's and you can taste the difference. And there's also other physical differences. For example, the light refraction would increase, and the surface tension will also change on the water. And all that you need to do is actually just energize the water with electromagnetic energy. Okay, so any kind of electromagnetic energy will change the structure of the water. So we're not changing the actual molecule. The molecule is going to stay H2O, but the way the molecules connect with each other actually changes. Like it crystallizes differently. So you can see like some people doing experiments with this, like they freeze the water that's been electromagnetically energized, and then you can see that the energized water they freeze differently. There's like a spiral kind of spiraling kind of like structure inside. Whereas if you don't, then it's just like all cloudy. There's no structure. So the structure of the water is important because when we drink structured water, it actually helps you to break down a lot of the any kind of like you can see in the blood in blood samples. If you drink structured water, the blood will be a lot more viscous and a lot more smooth, and the red blood cells will be able to basically float and deliver the nutrients a lot more efficiently. Whereas if you drink bad water or when you have EMF exposed to your body, your blood cells start to clump together. And your blood cells start to create these chains that keep connecting together. So that restricts the blood flow and restricts the nutrient delivery system in your body. So when you drink structured water, that's what happens. And you can structure water by using our chi coils. So you can put it next to your source of water. If you have like a tank, like a water tank at home, like a heater tank, depending on what the tank material is made of, it's made of stainless steel, then actually some of the energy can go through too. So you can actually energize all the drinking water in your home or even your bath water just by using the coils. Now, if you're going to energize a whole water heater tank, then you'll need a stronger coil. Probably need one of these, the oral coils. But if you're just doing it for a jar or in a jug or in the fridge, you can actually put this in your fridge and you would energize all the food in your whole fridge. And or the Powerfly supplements. You can use this with your Powerfly supplements and it will energize those. So it basically energizes anything that has water, including your body. Make sense?
Yes. What frequency do you recommend to do that?
You can use any frequency. Like water is highly programmable. It's very what do you call it? Very plastic. I don't know. They have this term called neuroplasticity for the brain. That means it can be changed and it can be programmed very easily. Water is one of the easiest things to program. So that's why even with people who meditate and then send positive intentions to the water will change. Exactly the same way that I just explained. So the water will become brighter, like the actual light refraction would change, the refraction index, the surface tension would change, and the taste would change just from meditation sending intention to water. So that's how sensitive it is to even just, consciousness. So, just imagine how sensitive, how much you can energize the water if you actually use electromagnetic fields, which is even stronger than that.
So, someone is struggling using the code. It said not applicable.
The Kim 15 code?
Yeah, Kim 15.
it's working. We just had a few people order with it. It's working fine. Which product are they buying?
I'm not sure. I want to go over it here. And I don't even know how to pronounce your handle. I'll just say 41. You'll know who I'm talking about there at the bottom. It says it has other discount already. Oh, it says it has other discount already. Might be the free frequencies. I'm not sure. You want to go over and talk to David. That's why we have him on here in case there was any issues.
Yeah, let me look into it.
Maybe it's Kim 25. I've read a little on magnets. Can you elaborate on them?
Okay. Well, magnets is just a very simple version. Like it's just a rudimentary version of of magnetic energy. What these are electromagnetic. So we create an electromagnetic field that has a resonant frequency depending on the frequency that we send into the coil, right? So like we have magnets, and magnets have a north and a south pole, but that's about it, right? There's you can't really control the frequency of a magnet, so that's it. You have the north and the south pole, and they have a field, and there's not much you can do with them except you have to know whether the magnet's frequency is actually beneficial, and they don't tell you, right? They don't tell you what resonance it is. They just have a north and south pole. But what we do is we create magnetic energy using an electric current. It's the same way that whenever you send energy into a wire, it's going to create an electromagnetic field going the other direction. So this is just basic science. But what we've done is we designed this in a way that it intensifies that and maximizes that electric field. Because if you just put a bunch of wires together like this, just randomly, you're going to get the same kind of specifically structured way design that it is in what we call toroid. There's a toroid shape. And this goes infinitely around. And what happens is now you create the shape just like the Earth's magnetic field, right? It's like a toroid. It's like a donut. And when you have that shape, it creates something that is like the source of life force. You think about the corals, and you think about galaxies, you think about sunflowers. All of them have this spiraling vortex shape. And now even like nuclear fusion scientists are using this shape to build their nuclear fusion devices that create infinite energy. So there's something very special about this design, this shape, that that emits energy fields in a way that kind of replicate the source of life and replicate nature itself. So you can't. So if you just put a bunch of wires together and clump them, and then you'll have an electromagnetic field. You can measure the magnetic field, but then the shape of the field is not really what nature intended. Okay. So, and then you also have the yin. So this is going counterclockwise or clockwise, and there's an effect when you have that different kind of winding pattern. Okay, so magnets, not much use therapeutically, in my opinion, unless you combine it with a chi coil. Because what chi coil would do is send electromagnetic field to vibrate the magnet at the frequency that you want. Okay, a magnet by itself doesn't really have a frequency. It just has poles, a north and a south pole, and that's it. And if you are getting benefits from just simple magnets, good for you. But then if you use chi coil, that's going to be 1,000 times more powerful.
Sorry, I got bugs.
Bugs? Okay.
Yeah. Big bugs. Okay. He does have a story. We shared it a little bit, but we'll share it again. And what is the coil for? The coil is for frequencies. So if you listen to frequencies, you'll understand how frequencies can help. But this takes that to another level and allows you to be able to get the frequencies directly into your body by breaking through your skin and getting to the molecular level of your cells. Anything specific, truth seeker, everything. Anything you can think of, from parasites to epilepsy to migraines to pain, headaches, meditation. He's got other options as far as like mirroring different types of supplements. So let's see. I need somewhere I read somewhere that astronauts use them. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
So, well, another technology that we incorporate into our coils is called PEMF, pulse electromagnetic field therapy, and that is researched by NASA. So in 2009, NASA did a study on astronauts in space, and they found that they were losing their bone density because there wasn't not enough magnetic field up there. Because the further you go away from Earth, then the weaker the Earth's magnetic field becomes. So they're spending too much time in space, and they weren't getting the electromagnetic field of Earth. Their bones were starting to deteriorate, and even though they exercised rigorously, they weren't able to keep their bone density. So they said, well, what's causing this? And they said, maybe they're too far from Earth and they're missing something. So they figured that it was the electromagnetic field. So what they did was they created a coil and then basically emitted the Earth's magnetic field, 7.83 hertz. And then that fixed the problem. And they were also able to increase the regeneration of cells by 40% just by using that frequency. So astronauts use that because they have to, otherwise their bones would deteriorate. So here on Earth, you're asking, well, we're on here, we don't really need it. Well, we do because we have other interfering frequencies that interfere with our bodies and nervous system from 5G. So unless you supplement yourself with this natural healing energy frequency, then you are basically getting poisoned every day, every moment of the day, as long as you have a cell phone. Even if you don't have a cell phone, people around you have cell phones, right? So, or even if your city, you don't even have a curious cell phone, all the 5Gs everywhere throughout the whole city. And then you're being affected by it, whether you know it or not. Every single person that lives in the city is being affected by it. So unless you supplement yourself with natural frequencies that are healthy, then you will also be poisoned. And the longer you stay in there, you're going to start developing problems. And we see that already, right? We see everybody getting sick. We see young people getting sick. Like, I don't know if you're old enough to know, like when I was in my high school days, right? People who got cancer were the old people. People who had like serious diseases, mental diseases, dementia were the old people. But now we have people in their 20s and 30s getting all sorts of diseases that only old people used to have. Why is that? Because our DNA is degenerated. Our DNA has become basically mutated to the point where the young people, which are supposed to be healthy, are now getting sick and getting more disease and dying. So something's happening to our genetic code. And I think, I don't want to get into conspiracy theory, but what's happening is happening. That's just the facts. Whether some government's doing it or whether somebody else is doing it doesn't matter, right? What matters is it's happening, and you need to find out a way to protect yourself and your family.
How prevent that? I mean,
Yeah.
that's really what we're all kind of working towards now. And, I don't bash Western medicine, but medical matrix, I will. They don't want us to prevent it. And that's not me bashing on them. That's just literally like they're not in play to make it so that you take care of yourself. They want you to take care of yourself. It's just not their job to tell you how to do it. They only know one thing: write a prescription, hand it to you, and explain that, maybe the symptoms will go away, maybe they won't. So it's just really trying to show a preventative measure for you in order for you to combat all of the toxins that are in our life now and all of the issues that we do have.
Mm-hmm.
I had cancer at 32. It's true. Yeah, I mean, when your cells they sit stagnant, it creates toxins. Then those toxins lay stagnant, and then it creates tumors. The tumors lay stagnant. This helps get that flowing. between doing cleanses and doing frequencies, it will help your body get moving again. So it's not just sitting there.
For the person who is having problem with the discount code, can you tell me which product you're checking out?
Are they on
Which
your
product?
side?
I don't know which side they're on. But can you tell me which product you are trying to buy?
I don't know if they're still on here.
Okay. If you're having problem with the Kim15 discount code, can please post here, post a comment so I know which product you're buying, and we look to see how we can fix it. But
yeah, if you're having problems, go over to David's live because he'll be able to look things up. I'm not looking things up because I don't have the capabilities. How do you do frequencies? Well, I started doing frequencies with YouTube and listening with Z app. And now I've upgraded to using devices like Coil. And that's what we're talking about. Okay. So go 41, go over to David's and tell him which one he's gonna be able to assist you. Cancer cells are totally normal, but the toxic overload messes up the natural killer process. I mean, every day we're fighting to not have the cancer cells stay in us. And in some people's opinion, that's because we're laying stagnant and our cells don't maneuver. And I have a video in queue. I can put it in tomorrow. I've seen what it looks like when you have bacteria stagnant in the blood and you have parasites stagnant in the blood because they all are in our blood. Everyone thinks parasites are in our gut, but in fact, they're not. They're all over our bodies. That's why you feel itchy and movement and not just in your butt. Because they're everywhere in our bodies and they're swimming around, they're moving. And if you saw my last video, you'll see where the worm is pulsating. That's why you can feel the charge of them. That's why, especially when things are getting heightened, you can feel them. It's because they literally are pulsating in our skin, they're pulsating in our blood, and we don't like to talk about it because it freaks people out, and then you won't cleanse. At least if you're not going to cleanse, get a cheek oil and use the parasite.
yeah,
For
we
that.
just fixed a couple things on the site. So if you're entering that discount code, just try again. Or what you can do is you go and refresh your cookies if you know how to do that in your browser. Okay, clear your cache and go back to the website and try again with Kim15, and it should work. Okay. Somebody asked me again, David, would you mind sharing your story and age? I'm 41, and people think I'm 30.
I did. I was not going to ask you because I didn't want to be rude. You're 41. Oh my gosh, you look so young. Okay, keep going.
Mm-hmm. And my story, hold on a second. Okay, and my story I told earlier, but basically I was chronically ill with an incurable disease for 10 years of my life. I was completely debilitated. I had UC, if you know what that is, and IBS. It's an autoimmune disease. There's no cure for it, and I suffered every day of my life, and it was painful. And I thought there was no way to heal myself, so I almost gave up. And I went to all the different kinds of doctors and medications, which gave me eczema, and didn't even help me with my condition. It actually just gave me a new disease, and it cost $500 a month. So basically, I just gave up on medication and the Western type of medical solutions. And I went to the Eastern solutions, and they didn't have any solution either because they were their philosophies were kind of contradicting. So the doctors don't really, even the traditional Chinese medicine doctors don't really know what to do with it, because with the inflammation of the intestines is there's one, basically you can look at it both two ways. One is that you need more qi, and another one is you need less qi. So when they try to give me medicine, give me more qi, then they got more inflamed. They try to give me medicine that took the qi away, then I had more diarrhea. So so either way, it didn't help. Until I finally started experimenting with electromagnetic technology, such as the Qi Coil, and eventually I developed my own. The first day that I used it, I felt something I never felt before, and I had this like tension in my gut I never felt before. The moment I turned on the coil, I could feel it, and I knew there was something different. And from that point on, I used it every day for 90 days, and after that, I was completely healed. never had a remission after that. Without using any pills or any surgery or any kind of invasive methods, I heal myself. It's just pure frequency, energy frequency. And I was able to change my life completely. Now my goal is to create the world's best frequency technology and help heal the world faster. And we really need this right now, because I know how shitty life can be if you're sick all the time and you have no energy, and your relationship suffers, your work suffers, your career suffers, your income suffers, because you can't work as much and you can't have creativity, you can't create, you can't build, you can't focus. So I know how shitty it is to live in a really dark, depressing life. So I want to help people so that they don't suffer like I did, and they can become the best that they can be. They can optimize themselves and achieve their full human potential. Because I believe that our potential is limitless. Our minds are limitless. We only use 10, 20% of our brain. What about the other 80% that we haven't tapped into? So I want this technology to help people who need it, who are suffering first, so that they can get back to normal. And for the people who are already successful, I want to help them to get to even a higher level so that they can do more in their lives, and also even help others, because they need your help. If you're already successful, if you're already healthy, and you know of a way to get there, there's people that need to know. There's people who need to learn from you. There's people that need guidance. There's people who need to be need these technologies, right? So that they can transform themselves too. So, and I'm really glad to meet Kim, and she's making a difference here with the parasites and with the worms, and transforming people's lives. So I just love meeting people like that, working together with them, collaborating, and then changing the world together. Because I think when we work together and collaborate, mm-hmm. and not worry about making money,
yep.
and then we can focus on helping people, focus on the truth, focus on what's integral to your soul, right? What is it that really makes you feel like, oh, I really did something good in my life, or I'm so proud of something that I did. If you look back 5 years and you say, I was so proud I did that. I'm so glad I accomplished that in my life, and I can, in my deathbed, look back and say, that was good. I didn't screw up there. So that's what I want to do, and that's what I want to encourage you guys to do as well, is to pursue the truth and pursue wellness and pursue to be the best that you can be.
I feel like even though I'm chronically ill and I've been able to share my knowledge, I feel like it's so important for people to understand that, we're just like you. We're just everyday people that are trying to help humanity, because I feel like we've kind of all been let down, and I think it's really good to make sure we understand. I don't know what I'm trying to say because I got a bug in my eye. I think you're awesome. Everyone's saying how awesome you are on this side. You're so awesome. You are, and it really is inspirational. Like, it makes
You're
me
awesome.
No, you are. It makes me remember why I shared my video. Like, when you go viral and 9.7 million people see it, and it's literally about something that's kind of private, and I was just messing around. I feel like it's really important for everyone to understand that, like, we're also have our own illnesses, that we've utilized these devices and these tricks of the trade, and that TikTok has allowed us to do that. I know you're really big over on the YouTube. So he's got like 407,000 followers over on the YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We are all humans. We're all humans just trying to survive and trying to make it a better world for you and for us and for our families.
Don just bought the Coil 3S because she had something chronic. He just got it and it's already helping. Awesome.
That's amazing.
You want kind of you want to come on, Jay Don Adventure? Do you want to come on and share what's going on? I can invite you. We can do a three-way.
I've never done that on TikTok. Would anyone recommend using YouTube for frequencies to start? Yes, that's how I started in frequencies. That's what got me into frequencies. I did frequencies for PTSD, for pain. I would do sublingual messages. I found a really reputable person because sometimes you have to be super careful on the YouTube that you're getting the frequencies that you're thinking that you should be getting. That's what's cool about this is they've all been designed to help not be afraid to use frequencies because a lot of people are afraid of that. So I would recommend if, or Z app. Z app is reputable. That is a free app that's on. You can download that.
Mm-hmm. I think we can only do one way. I don't know. I've seen people do two people at once.
Well, I added you as a host. I think that if you do like a match, I don't know. I've never done more than one person.
Welcome to live match. Okay. Waiting for host.
That says, should I decline that?
Just don't do that right now.
Okay. It's
Okay.
popped up. I'm not going to do anything.
Okay. Jaydan says, my phone's ready to die. I'll be making a video soon. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Maybe next time we're on live, you can come on. Mrs. W says, hi, I'm David. I'm interested in the legacy, but I still haven't received your coils. When did you order them? 2 weeks? Yeah, you should be receiving them pretty soon there. It usually takes maximum 2 weeks to get the coils. Yeah, if you want to get another set, the legacies right now is an incredible deal. You get those extra, like just the value of the frequencies, extra frequencies you get is like this, the price of one of the single coils there. And that's only for today. So you don't even have to decide. You just order now. We actually have a money back guarantee. So just order it now. You can think about it later.
You guys, he even has an Ivor, and I can't. When he told me that, I'm in shock. I'm still in shock. I'm still in shock that you were able to. You have that one. The Z app can show me what the icon looks like. There's a few to choose from. The Z app. Oh yeah, yeah. Show you what the icon looks like. It's literally Z dash app. That's what it is. Hold on, let me find it. Maybe I don't have it on my iPad.
If you want, somebody says you want to have a money frequency. First of all, if you want to, we do payment plans as well. So if you go and select Klarna, or you select Split It, or you can select. I think there's a way to split up the payments for lower monthly payments, so it's more affordable.
You have a
but
payment?
we have payment plans.
That's cool. They have a payment. He has a payment plan. Good to know.
Mm-hmm. So, is anybody else ordering? We have a bunch of orders come in, but then if you're still using the Kim 1.5, I want to know if that's going through now, because I think we fixed it.
Yes, it's safe for kids. It's safe for kids and pets, your water. It has a radius around. So just because you're using it just on yourself doesn't mean someone else isn't getting the frequencies. And the bigger the units, like what's behind David, those will go in your rooms. So people that are sitting in there will get the frequencies. Amy, you got one? Oh, that's exciting. That's so exciting. So I think what I'm going to do is because I'm learning all of this too. I'm learning everything. Like this is all new to me as well. I've only played with YouTube, and this is exciting because I'm getting to learn with all of you guys. And I've only played with Healy, and I've only played with that a couple of times because it attaches and it's hard for me because I'm always on the phone and stuff. I like these because I can literally just sit them and then I'm done. Like I can just turn it on and I'm done. I can't hook it to my iPhone on my Android tablet. I can't find the Z app. On the Android tablet, type in RIFE app. Because on the Android, you can get the R app. We can't on the iPhone. So on your Android, type in RIFE. And Saxon teaches, you can go into my profile and it's under QI, Coil, COIL, and you'll see use Kim 15. It's a discount we're doing for the live. So yeah, it combats 5G signals. Yeah. It's crazy, huh? And the thing is I think because we've all been indoctrinated to think that this is all crazy. That's where we've always thought frequencies could never heal you. Frequencies could never do this. Just like parasites aren't real. 95% of us don't have parasites. Almost every person that's done a parasite cleanse has shit out a parasite of some kind or a worm. So, how are the frequencies captured that are used on these? That's for you, David. How are the frequencies captured that are used on these?
Yeah, so how do we make our frequencies? Actually, I did a whole webinar on that. But long story short is if our quantum frequencies, the way we make them is we base it on like certain brain waves, sacred geometry, and also molecular mapping. Okay, I mean, it's kind of like really sciencey stuff, but let me explain one at a time. So EEG brain waves. So our brains have different kinds of brain waves. There's alpha, beta, theta, delta, gamma. Right? What you want to be in is you want to be in an alpha whenever you're trying to solve problems, and you want to be in a delta when you're sleeping, so that you get really deep sleep. And delta is when you access the really deep conscious mind, and it helps you to solve problems, and you get the access like universal consciousness. And like, how many of you, like when you wake up from your bed, all of a sudden have this idea, or all of a sudden figured out a solution to a problem that you've been thinking about for a week? Any of you have done that? Well, that's your delta brain waves working. So, or how many of you have sometimes they call it daydreaming. Daydreaming is basically alpha. It's when you kind of slow down your mind and you get into these really creative states. And then the top athletes in the world learn how to do this, and the top CEOs and the top performers, they learn how to get into alpha and then learn how to get into delta when they sleep. So what we do is we actually have frequencies based on brainwave EEG frequencies. So we emulate that. So when it's playing through the coils, your brain is slowly being guided into those mind states. So there's a course very popular called the Silva method. You've heard of the Silva method? I think a lot of you have, or the Ultra Mind method. So they talk about this, right? But we can all do this. We can all get into these mental states, and it just takes some practice. But what the coils do is actually enhance that like at least 10 to 100 times, because now you're actually using a tool that can get you into these brainwave states that you want to get into like instantly, without effort. And or if you're already really good at it, this will even take you to an even deeper level meditation. So the first way is brainwave EEG, so brainwave frequencies. Second way is through sacred geometry. So like the pyramids, you all know that there's special geometry, right? And today even the scientists can't figure out how they could get it so exact. And the geometries actually show, the evidence shows that whoever built the pyramids had to know the speed of light in order to translate that into the pyramids geometries. So how did they know the speed of light back a few thousand years ago when the pyramids were built? Well, maybe somebody told them, or maybe they had some secret or some ancient knowledge that we don't have or we lost. So there's many different geometries in the pyramid, and the reason they built that with that geometry is because those are the universe's numbers, and they have very significant meaning and have very significant effect on consciousness and on well-being. So it's and it's same with the flower of life, same with the Metatron's cube. So all these can be like the pyramid. We have a frequency for the pyramids, by the way. We have the pyramid frequencies based on the angle of the pyramid, which is 51.51. So we build our frequencies on sacred geometry. So now when you listen to them, it's as if you're getting that hologram of the pyramid. Because if you go into the pyramid, there's some chambers with specific geometries. And when you resonate that, turn it into numbers, they turn out to be very exact and precise. So we kind of asked, like, a few thousand years ago, they had this technology to build these pyramids, and we don't even have that today. So that's what sacred geometry is. And we make a lot of our quantum frequencies using those sacred numbers. Solfeggio is very popular, the solfeggio frequencies. So we have a whole system of solfeggio frequencies. We actually take it to the next level because we create harmonics on top of the solfeggio. Because if you go to YouTube, most of the solfeggio frequencies would be just one, like 518. Okay, that's one solfeggio frequency, and great. They put some music tracks on top of it to make it sound better, right? And you get maybe a little bit of a buzz. But when you add harmonics to 518, because 518 is just one frequency, in music there's harmonics, right? If you just listen to one note over and over again on the piano, it's going to sound boring, right? When you play chords, then it sounds interesting, and it starts creating emotional effects. So when we create harmonics combined with sacred geometry, and by the way, we use the phi ratio, we use the pi ratio, so we use more different sacred geometries to create harmonies with our quantum frequencies. So that's how we make it. So that's number 2. You guys following? Number 3, molecular mapping. Molecular mapping means that we take the geometry of a molecule. Let's say that it is DM and the T, right? Dimethyltryptamine. So you have 2 methyls, and then you have like 3 tryptamines, or something like that, right? So they create a geometry. When they on the molecules in the 3-dimensional shape, you can look this up. You see the lines and the hexagons and stuff like that. They create a geometry. So what we do is we take that geometry and create a frequency from it. So let's say that this is a DM and the T molecule, right? This is the geometry of the molecule. It's not this, but let's say it looks like that. Now see, whenever you spin it like this, the numbers change. The numbers change because the points on the points always change, right? So let's say this is 1, now it changes to 0, now it changes back to 1, now it changes to 0. So it goes 0, 1, 0, 1 when it spins. Now this changes too. So when you have a shape that changes in the 3-dimensional field and also spins, the numbers keep oscillating. So what we do is we actually take a molecule, we spin it in 3-dimensional space, and we take the numbers as they move. So that's why you listen to the frequencies, they sound like spirals, because we're actually translating that 3-dimensional spin into a sound. Isn't that cool?
So cool.
So when you're listening to that, or you're experiencing it magnetically, you are experiencing a hologram of that DM and the T, or Aya and the Huasca, right? You are actually experiencing a hologram of that, and then your cells are receiving that signal, as I said before, because our cells communicate electromagnetically. So your cells are receiving that electromagnetic signal directly, as if it was the molecule communicating with it with frequencies. So that's the 3rd way. And the 4th way we can't tell you because it's a secret. So I think we are the world's most advanced developers of energy frequency or healing frequencies, and we go way beyond what basically anybody's really doing, beyond even our frequencies. Our frequencies are powerful, but that's just one level. We go about 3 or 4 levels on top of that. So that's why we have the Coil app, because all of the quantum and higher quantum frequencies are here, and they are 3 and 4 dimensional, whereas our frequencies are only 1 dimensional. You only play one at a time, which is great. It's good. But then now we do harmonics, and we add the 3-dimensional spinning. Now we do the 3 and 4 dimensional frequencies on the Coil app. So that's like the full explanation of how we make the frequencies and what's the difference between them.
I would rather do frequencies than take a pill. That's like,
Yeah.
it's so much better for you. That was very fascinating. That was a great explanation. Like, I don't even know what to say because I've never had anyone explain it that way. So it makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, frequencies. Like I studied music when I was in college. So I actually in high school I got a 98 in math. Like a big surprise, right?
Okay, I did not do well in math, but
Okay. I got an engineering scholarship at University of British Columbia. So I had a scholarship to study there for the full term. So it was like a $10,000 scholarship. And then after my first year, I said, "Screw engineering. This sucks. I don't want to be engineering and work for some firm." And then like I just hated it. I was an entrepreneur. I could never sit at a desk and just do that, right? So I said, I don't know what to do now. What I'm going to do, what are my options? Why don't I just do music? Why don't I study music? So I was playing piano and I started studying jazz piano at Capital University. I studied that for 2 years. I got my diploma in jazz piano. I've always had a musical flair, as I grew up and as I was trained or as I continued my education. And I always knew that music was going to be a huge part of my life. I didn't know it was in making frequencies that heal people. I didn't know that at that
Mhm.
time, but that contributes to what I create now is because like to create stuff like this, you have to be very sensitive. You have to be sensitive energetically and also sensitive audibly, if you can say, like with your ears.
Mhm.
Um, I think a lot of artists, you have to be artistic because artists, musicians, they respond to our technology the most because they have that, they know how to sense a vibe. They know when they're in a groove. They know when they're in the zone, right? There's that special feeling, and it's something that's really objective, and you can't really measure it unless you have like wires hooked up to your head and things like that. So so um, so when I was first experimenting with different frequencies, um, that was what helped me to kind of know that this is going to really make an impact. Because when people, if you can't sense it, then you don't know. Like you don't know when you can't feel. So by being able to feel the difference between a yin coil and a yang coil, that was like an eye opener. I said, "Whoa, how is this?" Like I was surprised myself. I was like, "Well, why does it feel different?" I don't know why. All it didn't do is wind it in a different direction. So I experimented. Okay, what if I flip it this way? What if I flip it this way? What if I play it backwards? What if I play it forwards? And then I kind of finalized that when you use the yin, it feels this, and when you use the yang, it feels this. And I made a list of the different effects. And then it wasn't until later on, like 2 years later, that I was reading some book. It's called it's like a book on chi and life force or something like that. And then they were talking about yin and yang, and they were saying the same things that I was feeling in that book. And this was something that like from the ancient Chinese texts that were probably written like thousands of years ago. And I said, whoa, I'm discovering today with technology what they were talking about thousands of years ago. And then that made a light in my, switch a light on. And then I said, yeah, I was right when I called this the chi coil. At that time, I thought, oh, it's energy, it's chi. But now I realize this is chi. This is actually chi. This is what they talked about thousands of years ago. And now I'm able to create chi with a device, with technology. So that's the story, right? Because when I made this, I thought, what am I going to call this? Let's make it something called simple.
Mhm.
I don't know what vortex coil, but that's too kind of hard to say. Let's just call it chi coil because I was into martial arts and stuff like that, and I was into meditation and qigong. Let's just call it chi coil. And then later I realized but it's just magnetic waves. It's just electromagnetic frequencies, pulse PMF frequency, PMF therapy at the time I called it. And I thought just calling it chi coil was just something that was something cool that sounded it. But I didn't realize that this was actually chi until later. It was actually what the Asian people talked about. So that was just mind blowing.
That is super cool that you were able to name it, and that chi is the frequencies that going in.
Yeah. Yeah. So my intuition was ahead of myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
People over here are saying you're very cool. People like the stories because it makes it super relatable to what we're doing. And I feel like my followers are so in tune with themselves and understanding how this helps you get more in tuned with yourself.
oh yeah, get in tune with yourself. So like once you fix all the problems that you have in your body, then you start to be more of yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I was sick, like I was outside of myself. It's kind of like felt like every day was kind of like just a haze, and I didn't feel like I was actually in my body. Not like an out of body experience, but I didn't feel centered because I was dissipated. I was kind of floating. Sometimes when you get sick, you're taking medications, or you got a flu and you got this fever, like you're not really there, right? You're just going through and say, oh, I wake up, you sleep, you don't even know what's night and day. Sometimes you get so sick, right? So a lot of us stay in that state for years. Okay, a lot of us stay there for decades even.
Yep.
They just go through life because they're not well, and they just kind of like half in, half out, and their mind is half there and not half somewhere else. And and you're only experiencing life 50% of life, right? If you're not in your body, if you're not centered, if you're not in your mind, then you're really just wasting time. And I think time is the most precious currency, right?
It is.
Because if you lose money, you can easily make more money or eventually make it back. But if you lose time, you can't get it back. We don't have a time machine yet. So the quality of your life is so important, and how much you experience your life, and how quality, how good your life is, and how deeply you experience your life is what's important. So, and so what's happening is when we use the coils, is it helps you to get rid of all the problems, but then helps you to get back into yourself, helps you to center yourself. Because literally, as a chi coil, it means life force. So you bring the life force back into your center, your chakras, your dantian in Chinese medicine. And when that happens, you start to gather all those dissipated energies and start to build it back up inside yourself. And then it's like a fire. So you start to rekindle that fire inside yourself, and that fire becomes stronger. It's like it becomes like a tea kettle. It's like a steam engine. Once you ignite that fire, then it starts to boil that steam, and that steam starts to fill up your whole body, and it's less. And then when you're in a sauna, you feel really good, right? You feel like you got a lot of circulation, all your blood's moving, and all your skin's opening up, and everything's opened up, right? So you kind of feel like that way all the time. And then what happens is now you can really experience life. You can really, your eyes become more open, your ears are more open, your mind is more open. You can experience more. You're more relaxed. That's the key. People can't relax these days. And when you can just relax, but not just be lethargic, that's different. Not just be tired and passed out. That's not relaxed. But be relaxed, but still energized at the same time. It's kind of like the ocean. The ocean looks very calm on the surface, but underneath there can be very powerful rolling currents, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's happening. You want to be very relaxed like the ocean, but then underneath there's a lot of energy and a lot of, it's like an engine that's running, So that's what I hope for all of you, and that's what I hope for you to experience with this technology.
I feel like it makes me more present. That's probably the biggest word that I've been thinking of trying to use. I feel like I'm able to be more present in my life, not thinking back and not thinking forward or what I have to do. I feel like it's really brought me down to being more of where I'm at and more centered. And that's, I feel like people that are chronically ill, that's one of their biggest things is that they're always thinking about when they start to get better and how they're going to get better. But really it starts with like what we're doing right now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Shelly said she needs this in her life. Shelly, if you don't get one, when you come to visit me in a couple of weeks, you can try it. If you don't get one today. I I I I don't endorse a lot of things as like I used to, and I'm just really thankful that you David reached out to me because I do frequencies. So I'm really thankful that you had reached out to me because I probably wouldn't have reached out to you because I, you know, it's so well put together and you've been doing this a long time. How long have you been doing this? First off, before I forget, how long has it been around so people know that it didn't just come out 2 weeks ago?
The first G Coil probably 3 or 4 years ago. So we've made like this. This one is like the third or fourth version of it, and then this one is our latest version, the Chico Max, which is like the fifth variation of it. So we've done a lot of upgrading and refining, and yeah, we've been around for a long time. We got probably thousands of customers that are using them right now. You can see lots of reviews online, and yeah, lots of people's lives are changed. Lots of people getting healed. Lots of people experiencing transformations. Somebody says, "Can I rent one?" I don't know anyone that would rent one to you, but I do. Yeah,
There's a payment,
but
right? You have a
we
payment.
have payment plans, so it's probably better just to be on a payment plan. It'll be the same as renting, and you own it.
What did you do before this?
Before this, I
Yeah.
was an app develop. I have an app development company, so we develop over 2,000 apps on the App Store, and then I did that for about 5 years. Yeah.
So you've
So
always done
that's
part of technology.
yeah. I've always been in technology, software, mm-hmm. software, technology, music. Can people with pacemakers or internal electrodes use it? Um, well, you use it at your own risk. We tell people that they shouldn't use it. So, but then there's some people that say you can, like a lot of even the PEMF devices say that you can. So we don't recommend people pacemakers use it just so that um, just on the safe side. But we do know people who have pacemakers that use it anyway. So, but we don't recommend it.
It's just like if you do a Parify kit, blood thinners and chemo meds. I mean, you're going to do what you want to do, but like those are the guidelines of no.
Mm-hmm.
I told Emilio's wife to go over and talk to you because she said she didn't see the payment plan on the website, but she'll keep looking. And I don't know where it's at.
It's on the checkout. So you have to check out first and then one of the payment options.
Good to know. Good to know. I'll make sure I say that on my lives.
If you don't find it, then just contact our support. We'll do a custom payment plan for you. So just email us and tell them you're interested in the payment plan, and we'll get you set up some other way if you can't find on the website. Okay.
I put your customer service through. They're super good. We have a Zoom set up tomorrow. They're so good. They respond very fast. And that's my thing. I like customer service because anything I touch always has some glitch in it, and I'm just okay with that. So anything I do, I just laugh at it at this point. Yeah, awesome customer service. You guys know how I am. Like the product could be banging, but if the customer service is not great, I'm gonna be like, meh. So I'm about the customer service.
Yeah, we have a full staff for customer service 7 days a week during all business hours. So yeah, we do email, we do phone, um, yeah, and even social media. We'll answer all the questions and inquiries there.
He is
No,
amazing. He is amazing. You guys, he is very real. He is. And it's really nice to see that because, it's tough because we're all TikTokers and YouTube and Insta is a little different. And all the TikTok people over here, we just don't, we've never seen this. Like you're on TikTok, but like you will be on TikTok soon, like really on it. I think Coil should be more on this talking about frequencies. You can't get other frequency devices like this. I've when I first was getting into frequencies, I've looked everywhere. I looked at Spooky. I've tried the Spoonie. I've now done Coil, Healy, like I've tried them all. And I looked at doing the Zap, the whatever that one is, Zap, because it has the frequencies with the parasites. And that I thought, okay, well, maybe that's what I need to do. So out of all of them that I've looked at, this is the only one that I really want to put my name behind. This one, and I like Healy as a microcurrent, but like it's not going to give you the same results. And I use this daily where I was using Healy just a few times.
yeah, really appreciate that. Thanks.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is it's like, I understand being on a small budget. I do. I'm on a small budget. I'm building a house that takes up everything I have. I'm house poor, like no one's business. We're literally, Jeremy's out there building still. This all we do all day long, every day. This is all we do. So, to have something that can help me with my pain and help him with his, and it's not totally breaking the budget is super good for me. Just bought the Coil Mini with resonant console. So excited. I'm excited for you too, Jan. I'm excited for you too.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. I think I will do a Zoom. He does have Discord. You guys, there is a Discord that he has in the emails. It'll come and it'll say you can join here. He has a huge community over on the YouTube. I know Shelly thought that was funny in Emilios that I say the YouTube. He's got a big community over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of training. I've accumulated like hundreds of videos of training with the Chico. So when you buy a system, you can spend like a week watching all the videos and getting all the training, like really in-depth training that you need. We actually have a membership area coming up, so we're gonna put all the tutorials in there. You're gonna have we have like 20 videos on how to set up every different kind of like setup, different phone, different coil. Just watch the video and you know how to set it up. And if still doesn't help, then we can have customer service to help you. And then we have the in-depth, like people ask FAQs. It's like, how do I use this for this? How do I use it for that? Can I use it for this? And so we have basically every video, every answer that has, every question that's potentially been asked will be answered in that training. And we also have a practitioner course, like people who want to actually use this on people who are energy healers or like a massage therapists or chiropractors. We have a practitioner course that helps you to use this on people as well. And that's taught by our holistic therapist. So we have an in-house holistic therapist. He's also a counselor and energy healer, and he's the one who made the course. So when you get the coils, or even if you don't get the coils, you can still watch all of those and still learn a ton of different things that will help you.
That's how I learned. That's how I learned, because, I was thrown into the other thing and I knew nothing and I couldn't get an answer of how to use it. Like, I didn't understand the whole concept of it all. So I went to your channel and I was watching your stuff before you contacted me. So it was very manifested.
Yeah, that's weird.
Quite strange.
That's weird.
I was literally looking at your website sitting on the step of my house and I was like, it would be the coolest thing if I ever got a chance to talk to him. And I was sitting there and I was flipping through, reading all of your stuff on your website. I started watching all your videos a few days before because I couldn't get an answer from Matthew on anything. So I was like, I'm just going to go and I'm going to look at Coil. And I was like flipping through, and then you emailed me or you DM'd me through Insta the next morning. It was just very manifested. And so I learned everything I possibly could. And then even after me and you talked, I went and I watched all of your videos again. The ones that I knew that I needed to get, keywords and points to like talk about, because I didn't understand all of the stuff. It is a lot. It is overwhelming, but you're super educational and like you're easy to watch on that. So I felt more confident to be able to talk about it. Yeah. So I think having that community is super helpful, because this is overwhelming to people, but it's so good for us. It's so good for us. Great to know. I do energy. Oh, and Juan Abbey. You guys watch Juan Abbey, right? Juan Abbey Energy. She also has a chi coil and she talks about it as well. I watched her a whole bunch and I've talked to her. I talked to her on Insta as well to find out about how she liked it and what she thought, and she loves it. And, we talk about the frequencies. So it was so magical. It was so cool. Like, I literally looked at his affiliate program. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'll put it to the side. I got another frequency device on my plate right now, but I don't know anything about it. So I was just like, all right, I'm going to keep scrolling and looking through David's stuff. And then bam, the next day, it was so manifested. I looked at Jeremy and I go, Jeremy, this would be super cool. And he was like, yeah. And then the next day it would happen. Yes, Texas militia. Yep, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. That one. I'm new to your page. Does the Parify kit? Yes, the Parify kit includes a step-by-step. Yes, it includes a step-by-step. We have instructions. I'm an instruction-driven person. I'm very black and white. You got to know everything you're doing. And if you lose instructions, I literally put them on the bottle as well. So the chi coil comes with very good instructions. It's super easy. Like, I have to have easy stuff. And even that, I'm like, if it's not easy, I can't do it.
Do you have the quick start guide, the pamphlet that comes with the box there?
Yeah. So this comes with it. And it just literally walks you through how to do it. And then there's also a little card that you can keep track of things. And it comes with everything that you need. So you don't have to do anything. This came with my password and stuff. I'll put that to the side. And if not, you just go over to his webs or his YouTube account. Even his TikTok account has some stuff. Measure it with EMF frequency detector and then measure the chi coil. I did do that, Texas militia. I did. I used the spoonie and I have it on video, and I use the chi coil. I've done both. So I've utilized all options. I had to utilize the stuff that I got from chi coil to use on the spoonie. So I was able to be able to measure the capabilities. Yeah. Can you take everything in the Parify kit at once? Yes, you can. You can take it all at once. With the Parify, where there'll be live or dead parasites coming out of my nose anywhere. I mean, I can't guarantee it's not, but we really tried to formulate everything together so that it wasn't like you didn't have that. Yeah, I mean, just because I'm not talking about something doesn't mean that I'm going to completely bash it. But I just feel like we're all such on small incomes that, like, being able to get 2 coils for a good price is, in my opinion, is so much better than just spending a little extra money. I have noticed a ginormous difference since using it. And I'm not afraid that if I sit on it, it'll break. It's all in a good.
Yeah. Congratulations, Serena. Serena just got ordered the system. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Will I be parasite free? No, no one's going to be parasite free after 30 days or even using a chi coil. You're not going to be parasite free. You got to work on it. It's not a one and done. It's a constant every day. You have to change. You have to slowly change your lifestyle to be able to get rid of the parasites.
Mm-hmm. About the investment. So yeah, this chi coil. People ask how long it lasts. I've been using this same one for like 2 years, and I never had any issues with it. There's people who are still using our like original versions, like from 4 years ago, and they're still using it. So it's like one thing that you get, and you can use it for a long time, right? It's not like any medications I gotta buy every month. So it's a limited refill, but all you have to do is just plug it to your app or the console or the tablet, and you get frequencies whenever you want, wherever you want, and for as long as you want. So it's like one thing. If it's one thing that you get in, for your wellness, if you have a certain amount of money, then you would get this one and also Purify, right? So that's what I would do. Whatever money you have, if you really want to transform your wellness, in my opinion, there's nothing else that's a better investment than this, because you can use it as long as you want and you can, somebody says they want to rent it. So maybe there's people who want to rent it. You can even rent it out for an hour and make money with it if you wanted to, right? It doesn't cost you anything to let somebody use it. That's the thing, right? You can share it with other people, share it with family members, share it with your whole family. And even the larger coils can cover the whole house, and or these ones, and everybody in the house would spread the cost. So the cost for a person will be a lot lower. So just think about it. Like if you go to the vet, how much does it cost for a checkup for your dog or cat? I don't know. Here it costs like at least $200 just to, go to the vet just for any kind of checkup, minimum, right? So just imagine less checkups and less issues with your pets, less checkups for yourself, less medication for yourself, right? So like over time, it'll definitely pay for itself. Like most people, they pay for itself in a month. They say, wow, I'm so glad that I got one of these. It paid for itself in a month or a week. Because like, for example, if you have babies and they can't sleep, and they cry and wake up at night, how much would you pay for a good night's sleep? How much is that worth, right? How much money is that worth, right? If you could have your baby sleep throughout the whole night without waking up, how much money would you pay for that, right? There's a lot of people say, whoa, I would pay $1,000 for that. I can have, good night's sleep for this week, for this month. That's how much people are suffering, right? So, and this could potentially give you that, right? It's not about, don't think about the price. Think about the benefits. Think about the quality of life. Think about the what you're going to get from it, right? How your life is going to be different. How things are going to be improving. Think about what life would be like if you got rid of that condition that has been chronic for all these years, right? Some of us, we're so used to being chronically ill that we kind of live with it. We deal with it. But just imagine, like, what if that could go away? What if that finally you found a way to get rid of it? What would life be like? Can you imagine time before you got ill? What was life like that? Like then? A lot of us even forget because we've been ill for so long. I was ill for 10 years. I didn't remember how life was like before I was ill. But then I never give up, right? So don't give up. And if it's one thing, like this transformed my life and this transformed thousands of people's lives, the lowest price right now is $399. That could potentially change your life for the rest of your life. So you can see when you weigh the cost and weigh the benefits it's just no brainer. So that's why I recommend.
I think that, we're talking about it now, and I wanted to bring this to the table so that you guys could research and you could see what options you have and to save. And do you have a payment plan? I mean, that's awesome. I'm still stuck on the awesomeness of a payment plan. We're working on it on our site. And I feel like I look back at how much money I was spending on going to the doctor, and I was wondering, like, how have I been able to afford things? Because I buy most of the stuff that I talk about, and it's because I'm not spending as much going to the doctor because I don't need to go as much anymore. Hi, Tara. How are you? Help for Hashimoto's. There's a code.
So somebody asked, what's the lowest price one right now? It is this one here. If you scroll down the middle of the page on Mrs. Rogers Hood's link, in the middle page is this Coil Mini. This is our legacy system. It says Coil Mini Coil Mini Legacy Single. That's the one you want. Okay, so that's the entry level one. I think everybody can afford that one. Okay, so if you want to just try it out and you're low on cash and you want to just get the entry level one, that one's available, but that one's going to be discontinued soon. And once we sell out, then that's it. And then that won't be the lowest price now. It's going to be the higher price one.
And use Kim15 for your discount. It's being discontinued because it's wired, and you guys are moving towards the Bluetooth options. So it's not being discontinued because it's not good. It's being discontinued because you guys are moving towards a more option. Yes, they work with iPhones. What I was saying about the iPhone, which I won't say it again, it's just, I won't say it in any of my lives again. It's because the RIFE app and iPhone, they don't like each other. You can get the RIFE app on Android, but not on iPhone. That's the only thing. Coil app you can get on here. You can get Z app on the iPhone. On Android, you can get everything, but on iPhone, they're kind of assholes, and they just booted him off of, because it's David's app. The RIFE app is David's. Like, it's his app. He developed it. It's his app.
And that's right.
His app. So it works with everything. And it's PEMF. So yes. Hi, Tara.
So we have limited supply. We do have inventory. So you order, we ship within 48 hours.
I think I got all my questions. Did you get all your questions on your site too?
Mm-hmm.
It was so much better moving inside. There are so many bugs here, you guys. So many bugs. It's super annoying. Like, I even had like a light next to me. It wasn't working. And they're huge. The mosquitoes here are like that big. So big. What are we talking about? Sorry, just came in. We're talking about frequencies. We're talking about Coil and frequencies. Mm-hmm. Sorry to hear the iPhone did that to him. Tara, how is your cleanse? Can you tell the difference between Parify and Paragard? Paragard I've taken Paragard. I liked it. But the difference is Paragard has natural ingredients that we don't know what natural ingredients means. They're allowed to use those words, and they can have up to 50 ingredients underneath it that we don't know. Mine has 5 herbs that we put in to soak ourselves. Like, it's all handmade. And the Paragard is really tough on your stomach, where the Parify kit actually helps. It's formulated together to help your body versus just cleansing your gut. Where tons of bugs in Minnesota living in an RV. I live in a travel trailer while we're building this log home. I can show you guys. He's come a long way. He's done a lot. Are the R apps frequencies on the Coil app or site? I have an iPhone. It's okay. So Neil Parker, you're going to download the Coil app, and then you're going to download on the iPhone Z app. Z and then -app. That's how you'll get the frequencies on an iPhone. I have an iPhone as well. So that's the way that I've had to do it. But I also got the console Or if you can't afford that, then go and just get an Android tablet to have it dedicated. His comes with loaded with everything, so you don't have to mess with anything. It has everything on it. It's super nice. Yeah, Parify, you get all the support because you get me. You ask anything and I'm there. Hi, Evan. How are you? I asked about moving the pyramid stones with EMF. Oh, thank you. Do you feel like the pyramid stones were moved with EMF?
They said there's some Tibetans who use some trumpets to move stones and things like that. That could be possible.
I said anything's possible too.
I don't know if it's I don't know. It should be some kind of resonant frequency. I don't know. Because they have some technology that could like it's anti-gravity technology, and they use some sort of frequency. I'm not, I don't know how it works, but it definitely has something to do with frequencies. So highly possible that the Egyptians use some kind of frequencies to move those stones.
That's what I said.
What's the difference between Resonant Console 1 and 2? So Resonant Console 1 has the R app and the Coil app, but the Coil app only has the basic frequencies, which is about 12 basic frequencies. The Console 2 has the Coil app with all the quantum frequencies unlocked. So you get another 80 or so frequencies unlocked. So the main difference between the 1, 2, 3, and 4, the Resonant Consoles, is just the number of frequencies that are unlocked in them. And it'll be less than buying them separately. So if you go to the website and buy them separately, it'll cost a lot more than just buying the console with those packages unlocked for you.
When you get the console and you say you load it on your phone, will you be able to transfer those frequencies from the console to your phone, or can you always have to do them on the console?
No, it doesn't have to transfer. You get your login, right? So you can log in on the phone, you can log in on the tablet, and whatever you're logging in on will have that access.
Okay.
To the frequencies, yeah. So it's attached to the account. So you can use a different device even. Like you can log into a different device, and then you'll have the same frequencies unlocked on it.
I'll do a tour before we get off of the house. I'll show you guys what he's done. Let's see. How do you parasite cleanse? Well, you start with the Parify kit, and I have instructions. It's step by step. It shows you everything you need. There's a food guide on the website, RogersHood.com. Use Parify 10 for your discount. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy. It's kind of rainy. Weird. Okay, I'll flip the phone real quick. Flip.
You have a log house?
Yeah, we're building this ourselves.
Looks pretty nice. Did you have to chop those trees down yourself?
We hired someone to chop them, and then he cut them, and then he delivered them.
You use some kind of crane to get those big logs up there?
Yeah, we rent periodically. We'll rent a lift. So we got a boom lift, and we set all the logs, and they're really big.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
There's 7 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we built the second floor. That's just a normal stick home build.
Hey, Jeremy.
They say hi.
Wow.
And then, so this is our half of our deck. So we rent it. We rent we'll rent it one more time, but yeah, we rent big equipment to set all of this.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of talent to be able to build all that.
So I started doing it in 2016, we bought the land. And then in 17, I started working on the blueprints. And then I learned CAD. So I used to be very, very computer savvy and learned a whole bunch of different things in order to build this. And then when I had my mini stroke, I lost the capabilities. My mind just wouldn't do what it used to do. Mm-hmm. So in 19, we moved out here full time, and then these were delivered in 2020. Mm-hmm. So I started the process. I found the land. We developed the land from nothing. We took the trees down. There was 11 trees we took down. We did all of the septic, the power, the water, or all the earthwork ourselves. And then, so we did all of this ourselves. This was literally just an empty, raw land.
Yeah.
We built it. That's where we live. We built that.
Wow, you guys come a long way already.
Yeah, that's our laundry tent. This is our storage. This will be Jeremy's mushroom lab when we're done. We built it so he'll have a lab. And then that's our house.
How do you buy chi for Lotto Max Win? Well, we do have a luck boost frequency, and that tends to kind of open up some energies for better luck. That's free, actually, so you can just download it on our Coil app. You go to coilapp.com, and you can download that app, and it's got the luck boost frequency. Who knows? Maybe you can buy some lottery tickets after you use the luck boost frequency.
I listened to it today. I listened to the luck frequency today. Yeah.
What do you think?
I liked it. I feel like it boosted my energy because I was very low energy today. Definitely low energy. And I listened to that. And I did an anxiety one. I do an anxiety one every day now. It's like becoming part of my self-care in the mornings. Sitting down. I used to just grab my phone and get right to work. And now I'm sitting down. I'm getting it all set up around me. And then I'll set it on me. And then I start doing my work. I feel like a lot of my followers know this, but this is like the most stress I've ever been under in my life. Building is extremely stressful. And we've got like a deadline that we have to meet now to get out of our trailer. And I feel like being able to be present and calm myself down is just the most important. And the anxiety is overwhelming. It is when you're like, we've got to get out of our trailer. We've been in it for 3 years. So we can't be in it another fall. Like, this is it. And Jeremy and I have talked about if we can't get in the house, he's like, there's no can't. We're getting in the house.
Yeah.
So it's become a daily part of my schedule. Do pain frequencies come with basic units? Yes, and you can use the Z app or the Rife app. I'm going to start saying it and see if my numbers went down.
Really?
They did. I monitor when I say something, it drops. So I was at 78 people, and now I'm at 66.
Wow.
The discount code is Kim15 for the Chi Coil and Parify 10 for the Parify kit. Let's see. I have a possible silly question. Do you have to pay for the specific frequency targets? No, not on everything. It does come with some frequencies in his app and then the Rife app as well as the Z app. Those are free. So they come with, you can load those on, or they come with the consoles. I am not off grid. I'm still attached to the grid, but this is about as off grid as I can get because I still need to have basic life skills, like basic life. I don't want to be completely off grid. Like I'm not that self-sustainable. I'm just not. How do you know which frequencies to use? When I decide to use what I want in the morning, I will literally sit down and see how I'm feeling. So if I have some acute pain when I wake up, I'll hit on the acute pain act or frequency. If I have some negative when I wake up, because sometimes I'll wake up negative, I do the release the negative. It just depends on how you're feeling that day or what you're wanting to accomplish. What do you think, David? What do you do?
Yeah, remove negative energy. So that's this one. Remove negative energy, luck boost. Like these ones I personally use. That's why I put them on the first page and made them free. Like these are the ones that I think everybody can benefit the most from. And it's the most versatile ones, like sleep, recharge. Soothe is for pain management. Regenerate, enlightened, focus, abundance, meditate, calm, open. So all these, are very. That's the D, M, and the T one, right? And then so these are the ones I use almost on a daily basis, depending on what I need. Like daily, I would use sleep, remove negative energy whenever I feel like stressed out. Luck boost when I feel like I need an extra boost or need feel more positive. When I feel tired and need recovery, I use recharge, right? And then just whenever I need it, I just play it.
How long do you use them for? You can use them for 30 minutes to 3 hours a day. And if you feel like you got too much frequency, that's like headache, kind of like detox feelings, you can get too much frequency, but I haven't yet. I haven't had too much. And some days I've been doing it way more than others because I sit a lot, as you guys know. I have Z-app only, but how will the coils help it better? So what happens is the frequency comes through. I'm going to show you the device. The frequency comes through the device, and give me just 1 second. Okay. The frequency comes through the device, and then it breaks through your skin because you set it on you or you set it near you. It breaks through and it gets to the molecular structure of the cell. And then it combats whatever's going on in your body and helps calm it down. How do apps work with Coil? Kind of what I'm saying. Same thing. You plug it into your phone or console and you hit play, and then the frequency goes into this. And I'll show you guys again. I'll show you. Some of you guys are just starting on here with me just now. Give me 1 second and I'll show you. I think it was 50.
By the way, are you any of you in California? If you are watching this, then I'm actually going to be there on Friday. On Friday, I'll be there. I'm going to have a meeting at the hotel at the what you call it? It's called the Ziggy Hotel. So There's a link on my my TikTok profile link. It says meet me in California, and go there. And if you want to do a meet and greet, we're meeting there for just 1 day. So I'll be there on Friday. Los Angeles, California. Which units are you looking at, or which units do you own? I think it's asking somebody else, but I have these Coil 3s here, and I have the Coil Maxes here. We have the Oral Coil in the background. These are Oral Coils, 24-inch ones for larger homes.
That's what it does. So it takes the frequency, which you can listen here. This is the frequency. Okay. And it does that. That's how you know that your frequency devices work, first off. Because if it doesn't do that, then it's not going to work. It's not working. And then that goes into your body, and that frequency helps heal you. Mm-hmm. Can you place it on your thyroid?
Yeah.
Place it there. Just don't place it on your head. Like here. Don't place it up here. You can place it here. I did a lymphatic. Oh, that's what I did. I did lymphatic drainage. Oh man, I was so stuffed up because I've got something going on with my eye and it's getting better and better. I did a parasite one and I didn't do the cleanup after. And then I did the lymph and I did them right here. I did my lymph and I held them right here while I was doing my lymph drainage. So much better.
Oh yeah. What happened?
So I've been having congestion up in here and I put it here and it all started to drain. And I did some gua sha before I put it here. And then I did the 5-minute lymph one. And then I did gua sha again. And it felt like there was nothing wrong. It felt like I was totally fine.
Awesome.
And I know we were talking about how some people that aren't as in tune, my husband's not very in tune with his body. So when I say that he did this and he loved it, it's kind of a shocker because he's not very in tune with his body, like at all. When I said you have worms and then he went and got tested, he's like, I would have never known I had worms if you hadn't said anything. I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. I constantly manipulate Texas militia. You constantly manipulate the energy around you. That's awesome. How many frequency devices do you have, Texas? Okay, I answered all of those. How about ear infections? Yes, that's on here too. If you go on the Z app under sequences, you can type in any of the issues that you have going on and they'll pop up. You can't really see it because it's backwards, but like there's ear deafness, there's ear discharge, ear and fungus, and then he's got wellness apps as well. I can't pull them up on my phone. That's why I'm not showing them because I don't have them. Mm-hmm. You have them
right now. If you want to do the payment plans, actually, I just found out that the news website that we set up doesn't have the payment plan set up yet. So what you can do is you can just email us and then we can send you the proper link for it, or we can do a custom payment plan for you. So just make sure you email us, click the contact us on the site. Can we upgrade console later? If you do it within 30 days, we can do the upgrade for you. Otherwise, you have to pay the full price. But if you're thinking about the console, I would recommend just getting it because you do have 30 days to try it out, right? But if you want to buy the coil first and upgrade the console later, then you have 30 days to get the package price.
How long is Kim 15 good for? How long is Kim 15 good for?
Kim 15 is good for 1 week, I think, until we do our next thing.
Okay.
Yeah. When do we want to do our next?
Our next live? So Tuesdays and Thursdays are when I normally do dual lives. Sundays are normally when I talk to people about kits, but I wanted to do a dual live with you on one of my these are my busy days, is Sunday. Mm-hmm. So
yeah. So we can do it next Sunday because I'm going to be traveling this week.
Okay.
So either next Sunday or Tuesday then. Let's
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday's better?
Yeah, Tuesday's good. Next Tuesday.
Kim's got the Chico 3S. That's the one she has. This one, 3S.
It's a good one. I like it. It's good. How come not the head?
Your brain is very sensitive to electromagnetic fields. So if you use too much of it or turn it up too much and put it too close, you might get headaches. So just don't do that too much. This is more sensitive than other parts of your body.
The brain.
What difference between the amplifier things? So if you want to get the upgrade, you can get the power kits. And what they do is they add 5 times or 10, 11 times the power. And so the field would be more intense. And then the magnet will shake even a lot more than you see what Kim did. And it would be larger. So you would cover a larger area. And it's just a lot stronger. So if you need a stronger one, then I would get the amplifier. If you don't, then you can get later. but it does give you a lot more intensity.
Did you guys get all of your questions answered? I think we did good. We did good. This was a really good live. Everyone was loving the live. And I've got this live and a couple other lives I'll post on my YouTube channel too.
Mm-hmm.
So again, you guys go follow David on his YouTube. It's so informative. It's so informative.
Yeah, the YouTube channel is David Wong Chi Life Mastery. And yes, the 3S is the yin and yang. Is the yin and yang. What is your number one book you recommend? It's my book. It's called The Life of Chi. Life of Chi. If you go to lifeofchibook.com, you're going to find it. Or just go to usethechi.com. Usethechi.com. There's a link for my ebook. So
what's the big ones behind you? I want to know more about the big ones behind you.
I'm actually going to send you one of these.
Shut the front door. Really?
I'm going to send you one of these.
That's so cool. All right. So tell us what the difference is. Cause that's a question I'm going to get a lot.
Okay. Well, obviously the size, right? Look how big it is compared to this.
Yeah.
And see how big it is compared to this.
Yeah.
So that is powered probably 100 times stronger. Actually, 50 to 100 times stronger than these ones. So the field, the mag field is just like crazy intense. So if you want like to charge up your body like very quickly, I would use that. Not recommended to be used on a long term when they're close range. But what you can do is you can put them in the middle of the house and just let it broadcast and spread the energy throughout the entire area, like up to 3,000 square feet. So or you can just put it underneath the bed or close to your bed or in the room and just turn it up a little. Keep it on a low power and just have like a micro dosing of energy. And it's nice to look at. It's like a piece of artwork. They come with sapphires on each of the points. Each of the points have a sapphire gem on them, and they're also stainless steel with gold plated. So it's like a work of art. And it's got 2 layers, so you can stand them up like this vertically, or you can lay them down on a table. And then when you do that, you can place your food and your water on top of it, and it'll be charged up. It's called Aura Coil.
Aura Coil?
Yeah. Powerful stuff.
That is super cool. That's so cool. They're so pretty. Yeah. Like they are a piece of art, just them by themselves without even having any extra. The fact that they do EMF and help you.
Yeah, so cool. it's like a piece of artwork, and it's like a home decoration. You can fix these to the wall, like we have the posts that you can fix them to the wall with, and you can stand them up just like a vase or like I don't know, like a piece of art or furniture. And then these are really powerful. So a lot of clinics use this professionally. They would put these on the massage tables or the therapeutic tables where people lie on when they get their treatments. And like you said, like you were using doing the gua sha and doing the detoxing and the cleansing. So our technology can amplify every other modality, right? So it doesn't matter if you like a chiropractor or massage therapist or a hypnotherapist or any kind of therapist. This will take your practice to the next level. You'll add it another, like take it up a few notches. Just make whatever you're doing a lot more effective because you have this background relaxation, right? Because the key is relaxation. You start relaxing the body, relaxing the nervous system. Your clients, they just open up a lot more and they feel a lot better. So whatever you're applying, what kind of modality you're applying to them is more receptive, received a lot better by their body. So having this in an office or something, just have it play have it broadcasting at all times, it can raise like the energy of the entire place.
There's a couple of people that are cleansers that talk with me. Chrissy's one of them, and her doctor has one, and she sits on it for 30 minutes, and she said she can totally tell a difference. She almost died. So she went in, and they like the frequencies of the parasite cleanses have changed her life as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, the large one interfere with electronics? No, it doesn't interfere. So you can turn it up, the frequencies in different band range. Because we're using actually something called ELF and BLF, so very low frequencies. Even though it goes up to 20,000, like compared to the spectrum of it, we're still considered very low frequencies. All your cell phones and all the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, they operate at very high gigahertz, like 2.4 gigahertz, 5.4 gigahertz. It's like really high frequencies. So it's not even close to the same bandwidth. What's a stone? This is a Burmese jade. Yeah.
It does affect the dogs, but in a positive way. It affects the animals in a way in which it can help them heal as well. You can put these on your pets, just like you can use them with water to energize your water. But
yeah, I put them in their beds, so they sleep. They just have it next to them.
And same with the big one behind him, like that'll do people, everyone in there.
Yeah, this is a completely different experience. I mean, we're using the same frequencies, but then just the size. It's kind of like if you take a shower and your shower head's kind of small, you take a shower and it works. That's like the chi coils. But then let's say you're like under a waterfall and then all the water is like all around you, or you have these really giant shower heads that are like rainfall. That's like how these are. It's just like you feel a wall of energy instead of feeling a vortex of energy. That's how I describe. Yeah.
That's good. I'm going to use that. A wall of energy versus a vortex. Like this is your vortex.
Uh-huh.
Your shower head. We have a rain shower head that we're installing. It will help your Lyme and your fibromyalgia, and this specific one is stronger than the other ones that I've talked about in the past. This will help with that. Fibromyalgia is a big one. You just hit the pain, and it can help with that with the apps and the Z app and the Rife app. And Lyme, that's what's kind of started this whole thing, was Lyme. There's quite a few people that, I don't know if you guys know Alpal, but she has a machine very similar to all of these. And she was able to reverse her chronic Lyme's. I don't know what stages, but she was in like the final stage. If you guys don't follow her, go follow her because she's super knowledgeable about all of this as well. She's been using our frequencies for over 2 years, and she has it by her bed. So she sets them up by her bed, and at night, and in her room whenever she was sitting in her room really sick.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I got to get going.
Yeah, I got to go too.
It's really fun. So yeah, go ahead.
Tuesday, same time. What were you going to say?
Yeah. If you have questions, if you need help with your order, just click the contact form on the website. You go to Kim's profile and then click the Chico link. Go to the website, and then we can answer it immediately and help you with, if you have questions about the financing, we can help you with that. Okay. And make sure you use the discount code. It's only valid until the end of the week. But that sale that we mentioned with the 3 frequency packages for free, the weight loss, the skincare, and the total wellness package, valued at about $340. We're throwing that in only today. Today's the last day. So we have just about 3 hours left until 12 o'clock today.